You guys want a little Q&A with creative stars? Yeah.
Go right here. Right here.
Hey guys.
Hey.
That was a pretty cool movie. All right. We're going to open questions up to the audience in a second, but I have a couple for these guys. Sure.
Go ahead.
So, Jordan, how was it directing a feature film here in Yakima?
It was awesome. It was crazy. It was chaotic. Oh, is this not on?
It is on.
Is it on? Do I have to?
It's not a great mic.
Oh. Should I sing it? No.
Nathan, can you go back there and see if it's muted?
Give us your loud voice, Jordan.
It's an echoey room.
Oh, well. It was pretty fun. It was awesome. It was chaotic. The hard thing about making movies in a city where you don't live is you lose kind of like home turf advantage. So that was kind of a struggle because I didn't know where the best places to film were at. And I'd say, hey, should we film here? This looks like a cool spot. And then you guys would say, no, don't do that. That's a dangerous place to be. So yeah, it was fun though. Yeah.
Nice. Now, David, I think it's fair to say David is one of the highlights of the movie. I've worked with you before as a director, but how was it playing a villain with Jordan as your director? Is it working now? We're back in business.
Yes. You say something first.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
To play a villain, I'll be honest, I've been gearing up to play one for a while. I'm not sure if I was ever going to be given the opportunity to do so. I was also itching to be in something like this here in Yakima, because I've always said that Yakima was surprisingly a weird place that you could honestly film like a Western here, because it's all desert, really. And I'm honestly glad to have done it with this man over here. And working with him has been just an absolute blast, really. I have no words. We work towards each other's strengths and possible weaknesses, and it was amazing. Really.
All right. Now, Vanessa, you've been playing this character for 2 movies now. So explain your process of creating the bridge between the mentor in this movie and Gloria's journey from the 2 movies, and how you saw it as an actress.
Wow, that is a question. I think a lot of what helped me switch between the 2 and move on, like continue forward, was the script, really. Seeing what direction Gloria could go to, like after the mentor, because she was just lost. And at the time, I didn't know what the secret was that was revealed to me. At the end of the movie, that was kind of decided later on. So just having guidelines to move forward is really what helped me. I think that answered your question.
Yeah. I have one more question for all 3 of you guys, and you can each take turns asking. What was your favorite scene to film? Because we had a long week making this movie. There were some ups, there were some downs, there was some carcasses. What was your favorite scene or day of shooting? Just share a cool memory with the audience.
First party boy.
Well, I fell asleep in one of the takes in the film. It was our last day of shooting, and it was where he grabs me by the head. We're in the car. We're caught on the side of the road, and we've been going on for like a week nonstop, and I was really tired, and the road was really stinky because someone had dumped a cow carcass on the side of the road, and that was nasty.
did.
We all smelt it. Ethan almost puked a few times. And I was in the car, and we were setting up because you don't just shoot it really quickly. You kind of get set up for shots, and David has my head set on the car, and I'm just sitting there. I'm closing my eyes. I'm trying to wiggle in pain because I'm like, it hurts. And then because he's not actually pulling my head, and then at a certain point he's getting a little gentle, and he's like, massage. He's giving me a scalp massage, and I'm like, oh, that feels nice. And then I closed my eyes, and then I woke up and it was in the middle of a take, and I was like, oh, I don't know where the money is, or something like that. That was a pretty fun one, I think.
Well,
Yeah, thanks.
I did not know that. That was great. I mean, this whole movie was a highlight of my summer. I'll be honest, but if I were to pick a sole favorite, it would honestly have to be the moment I was really building up towards was the searching the scene inside Anna's house, because I knew that was a scene that had to carry so much with so little dialogue, and it's all pure like emotional storytelling, and I had to this is my big moment to really try and prove that I have some form of demanding presence, especially within this story. And I hope that came across. I hope that people had their hearts and their freaking stomachs at that moment. That's what I was going for. Yeah. If I did it, appreciate it. And if I didn't, so.
I think I have to echo what you're saying with the whole week was my favorite shoot.
Yeah.
Like, it was stressful and insane, but it was my favorite. I think the Anna House scenes absolutely were like the most intense scenes, because there was the reconnection with Anna, which Brooke did an amazing job. But there's the reconnection with that character, and the reconnection with, I almost called you Dylan, with Jordan's character. And they were both just, it was a highly emotional movie, but those two scenes were like, they were fun. They were fun.
the Anna the Anna's house sequence. What I love about it is that it's very it kind of gives the audience a bit of a breather too. It's kind of it's almost a kind of a cozy scene, and then it only gets disrupted more once Lorenzo comes back. But then the moment he's out of there, then just the sigh of relief that you should feel afterwards is, well, it's comforting. So that whole scene in itself is an emotional roller coaster, really. So
Ditto.
Does anyone in the audience have questions?
More of a filmmaking question, I guess, than an acting question. But one thing I really liked about the movie was that it was very much felt like it was punching within its weight class of, like, didn't feel like the what it was aspiring to do was way beyond the technical scale of the resources that you had available to you. With lower budget stuff, sometimes it could feel like I'm trying to do this really high concept thing, and you can tell they just don't have the resources for it, and so it kind of feels amateur. And on the flip side, maybe it's like, okay, well, we won't even try. We'll just have it all filmed in a room. and then it still ends up feeling amateur. But it felt like there was real scale to this, but it was still within the confines of, you know, what you guys had available to you. Was there any, my question is, was there any sort of compromise that you had to make with like what you envisioned, you know, to match what you were actually able to do? And I don't know, I guess what do you think helped you create, you know, something of the scale that you were able to do?
Photoshop, probably. that car sequence, I'm sure. There's three things I wanted in the movie before like the script was written. Is I wanted a Mexican standoff, like a fight, like a gunfight, and then a car chase. And when you have no money to make a movie, you just kind of have to be creative. And for a long time, we were just gonna get cars on the road and we were gonna drive at like 20 miles per hour and mess with the frame rate, and we wouldn't even bump. We just probably scowled at each other on the road, but that probably wouldn't have looked very good. And then I thought, well, there have been other movies that have been just still frames. Why don't we do that? Because it's pretty easy to Photoshop an image, but what's hard is to make it move like CGI. So just being creative with like the technology you have is really helpful. Knowing your limitations. And I wouldn't say we had to compromise very much. I mean, all of the ideas are pretty much on screen. Yeah. Good question.
Any other questions from the audience?
Yeah, also kind of an editing question. How long did it take for you to edit that car chase? It looked like a lot of work.
I did it all by myself without any, no. So Ethan here photoshopped pretty much all of it. It was boarded last year, and pretty much since then, we've been chipping away at it. We had help from another buddy of ours, Josh Bailey. He's another filmmaker in Portland. He did a couple of shots, and then he also did some CG set stuff, some CGI within those scenes, but long time, yeah. Pretty much a year. Yeah.
Yeah, absolute unit, Jordan.
Any other questions?
Yeah, I just want to wonder why you thought it was a good idea to dox me. My address and my phone.
Well, let me just look at you. Good. You're a very docile person.
We just thought your house looked really nice, and we wanted to use it. So we waited till you weren't home, and then we just kind of snuck in and got what we needed. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No, yeah, Kyle is an awesome filmmaker of ours. We tried to get you on the production, but I think our schedules just didn't work out. And we were like, hey, let's put his name on a prop in the movie, and we'll use that. So it's like he's in the movie. So even when Kyle's not with us, he's still with us in here. Yeah.
In here.
Yeah.
A little bit in here. And a little.
Do you have a question? Perfect.
Yes, Jordan, what can you tell us briefly about some rumors I've heard of hallucinating during
Oh my God. There's lots of different crazy stories in this movie, but we shot for 10 days, and the first day of shooting, we had like an hour of sleep. Because what would happen was we'd go shoot, I would stay up, edit, and then I'd sleep for as much as I can. Usually I wouldn't have very much tiredness, so I would just stay up and plan for the next stuff, and I did that for 4 days in a row. And then on the fourth day, I came home with the footage at Nate's place, and I was editing the files, organizing them, and I kind of in the peripheral of my vision, I saw like this like beach kind of coming towards me, and I saw these squiggly lines like when you look in a bright light, and I was like, whoa, and then I kind of shook my head and it was gone. And I kept editing a little bit, and then I kept seeing these squiggly things come before me, and I like the world is like wavy. It's really crazy. And then the next thing I know, Ethan, Zach, and Nate are standing above me singing Rock and Roll McDonald's. And I thought I saw them as colossal beings. And that's when I learned you should not stay up for 4 days in a row with like 2 hours of sleep.
So as you can tell, they were quite the help too.
Yeah.
Would you do it all over again?
Without the hallucination, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Any more questions? Oh, perfect.
I heard there was an animal rescue that happened on set.
There
Oh,
was.
yes. Oh, yeah. You were kind of more in tune with that than I was a little bit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah.
There was a little kitten, and Nathan, me, and his girlfriend Karina brought it to PetSmart or Petco in the middle of them shooting. That's about the thing of it. The cat is in the movie, unless you cut that shot.
No,
The
I
cat-
think it's in the
Yeah.
frame,
the
bottom of the
cat's in the
frame.
movie, so yeah.
I didn't see no cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a little cat over at the Mentor house.
Yeah.
Hashtag release the cat cut.
Any more questions?
Oh, we got two.
And then I'll get to you, Micah.
So this is a question for Jordan, but when you were first driving Vanessa and you were giving her tips on how to make money, and you were expounding on pooping on tinfoil,
Yes.
and how people in Brazil do that,
Yes.
I want to know, did you write that or was that improv?
So that line, that pooping bit, was written by my co-writer Andrew, and kind of the way we did the script, because we had like 5 pages straight. We would do those driving things. We'd rig up the car, we would set the cameras, and we would just do the whole scene driving, and it's like 5 pages through. So within there, like we stuck to the script, but as we did it more, there was like ad libs and improv. No offense to any Brazilians out there or anything. I think that was an ad lib. I don't know why I chose Brazil. I should have chose like Germany because they eat lots of sausages or something. But
They're a lot more vegan, actually.
oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Surprisingly.
yeah. Yeah. It's a little bit of both, improv and scripted.
Nice.
Cool.
Micah, you raise your hand first.
That $500,000 cash, where is that now?
You guys
Are we gonna tell-
weaponizing knowledge against everybody right now.
Are we going to tell? Okay.
Yeah, tell the story.
Okay. So the very first thing we shot for the week was the end of the movie, because you always got to start the climax, because if you wait to film your climax at the end of your shoot, everyone's tired and you don't put a lot of energy towards that stuff. So we shot the end shootout. I edited it over the couple days after, we would shoot. I'd come back and edit. And as I was working on it, I was like, oh shoot, we really missed some like coverage here. We need to go back and we need to shoot a couple more close-ups here and there. So haul everyone back out on a Wednesday. Our schedule was really tight. I mean, they know. It was like pretty crazy. So we're running around. We get up to the desert. We get our shots, and we're grabbing everything we can. And I remember I'm like grabbing some camera gear, and I'm looking at everybody, and everybody's kind of spread out because it's a long space. And I see there's the money and the metal detector and the shovel over there in the distance, but I'm super far away, and I think, oh, they're closer, they'll get it. 4 days later, comes to shooting another scene, and we ended up needing that stuff. And I was looking around, and I was at Nathan's place, and I was like, where did that shovel go? And I realized, oh, wait a minute. We left it at the site because I didn't grab it, Ethan didn't grab it, nobody grabbed it. And then the more important question we asked was, where's that bag of $500,000 of prop money? And we realized we had left that in the desert with the shovel and a metal-looking detector-looking thing of prop money. Very convincing. It does say prop money, but it's hidden by the bands. And I thought, well, that's a funny thing because someone's going to go out there and think that they can pay off their mortgage, and or they're going to try to deposit it, and perhaps they'll get arrested. And that's kind of a silly story. And we kind of it's something that keeps our morale up for a couple days, and then we kind of forget about it. And then September comes, and we see this article in the Willamette Weekly that there was a fake money found in Multnomah Falls, prop money, that someone had left and hikers had tried to grab and were leaving the trail. Yeah.
It also got really smelly by the end, right?
Yeah, and every single day Nathan would want to put it on, which was really weird. Sorry.
More questions? Anybody?
This might have to be the last one we got,
Okay.
Okay.
Last question.
Well, this is more of a comment, but I just want to say, when I was watching the film, right, at the beginning, when he breaks your arm, and the way it freeze frames on that, I thought that was a great choice because I felt like it set the mood for what kind of movie the rest of the movie was going to be. And in my head, I was using the term kind of like comic book Western. And I feel like you really, and then when you punched you again in the eye, right, you had that freeze frame there. I feel like that.
Tomorrow, the Doomed team, we are going to be hanging out with Mac Daddies downtown. So if you want to come and ask us questions about the film, feel free. There's also our email on the back of the program we got. Shoot us a message. We're happy to talk about it. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Do you guys want to say anything last?
Appreciate you all for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed what you guys thought.
What time at Mac Daddy's?
Noon to 3. Noon to 3. We're going to be at Mac Daddies downtown in the basement.
Also, if any of you guys haven't yet done the survey that's out there, please do it because there's a chance that we can keep doing things like this here. So if you sign that and let them know that you'd be interested in coming to events like this, please do that. That'd be awesome.
I don't know why I had the mic, but thank you.
Good evening. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Doom,
Oh, should we end stream? It's still going. Oh, is it?